Yes, you made it.
I made it. Good
How are
morning.
you? Good morning. How are you doing?
I was trying to look half decent for you.
Yeah, you look great, girl. You always look good. Did you use that Neutrogena wash?
I did. And then my fancy skin cream.
Oh, yeah, you look
I'm
great.
gonna put a little lipstick on for you.
I love it. I did too. And then I'm like, as I'm sitting here, I'm like, all right, I got some frizzes in my hair, but it's all right. It's all right. This is like quarantine, This is the best we've probably looked in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Oh
Which
my
is
gosh.
okay.
Yeah, how are you doing with everything? Like, what are you doing to stay busy during this time?
Girl, have you not been watching my stories?
TikTok.
And
TikTok.
Yeah. No, I'm in a lot of people are freaking out and, getting really bored, but I'm really grateful that first, I love being at home and I don't really go out and do much unless I'm working.
Yeah.
It's like a regular day in my life. Although the part that you can't see anyone or I can't fly to visit my mom or I can't work, it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But right before all of this happened, I was at a 7-day silent meditation retreat. So I sat for like 9 hours in a day meditating and not speaking.
How was that?
It was great. And
Yeah.
I think it was like a gift that prepared me for this.
Of course, yeah. You had no choice. You just had to stay silent. What about having to use the bathroom?
Oh, that was so the whole point is that they don't want you to have to get up during that time to use the bathroom. So you got to make sure that you take care of all of that beforehand. But of course, if you can't hold it and you have to go, you have to silently.
Because 9 hours is a long time.
Yeah. So it's not, so they break it up because you still have lunch, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So you'll have like you wake up at 5:30 in the morning and then you have like 2 hours sitting and then you have your breakfast and then you have 2 hours afterwards or 3 hours afterwards and then you have your lunch. And then again, so you have those times. And then they gave you an hour, I think, alone time or something to like, if you want to go jog, because we were like up in the woods in Portland.
So awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were in India for some reason.
No. So
okay.
No, I was in Portland.
Okay.
So this was like sort of, it's like called noble silence, and like the Zen Buddhists practice this. And I think in India they do Vipassana, but the Vipassana is much more difficult. I think it's like a couple of steps ahead, which I'd love to try like in the future. You
gotta like be prepared with the Oregon trip and then you graduate onto
Yes. So I graduated now. So
now you're ready for the India meditation.
Yeah.
That's like, I love that you were able to do that beforehand, because I've been talking to a lot of people who during this time of like having to stay home have had a lot of anxiety and they haven't had any peace. They're fearful. They're afraid of catching the virus and everything like that. And I'm having to tell people like ultimately, like you could use wisdom, like I had to go to the store yesterday. It was a 3-hour ordeal. I wore gloves, I wore a mask, I shopped, and then I came home, washed everything, and then like took my clothes off, threw them in the washer, like just, to be safe, not out of fear, but just to like protect myself. But ultimately we have to remember that like we're not in control. We could use wisdom. And I saw this quote the other day that like, it just hit me. It says that, God, forgive me when I tried to take control. I never really had control. All I had was anxiety. And that's exactly what people are experiencing right now, is so much anxiety because they're failing to recognize that they're not in control. And when we try to take control in our own hands, we don't have any peace. So how are you feeling during this time with all of that? Do you have peace? Are you good?
That's so true. I mean, for me, I'm at peace, but I can look back at times in my life where I felt that way. Mm-hmm. But right now, I just stay positive and I don't think about it too much, because that's when it starts spiraling out of control. Yeah. And I don't analyze and I'm not expecting anything. I'm just going with the flow. And I'm just like, this is a regular day. I just have to take precautions. Like you said, take your precautions, but don't like be so paranoid, because I feel like that fear also reduces your immune system, which this is defeating the purpose then.
Exactly.
And we have to remember that even before this, there's so many things you catch out there,
Yeah.
Like so many other diseases that people were not paying attention to or, you know, taking precaution with.
Yeah.
So this is a good reminder, like, you know, personal hygiene and staying protected, you know, and a lot of activities are so important.
Yes, exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
So it made me think too, because we're like in this, you know, quarantine, staying home. Like there was this guy in the Bible. So what I wanted to talk to you today is like being content, like how to find happiness, like in the midst of anything and everything. Because like my heart lately is like I want to see people walk in victory, and I think so many people are just so unhappy that it's stopping them from walking victoriously. And so there's this guy in the Bible, his name's Paul, and he's like sitting in a prison cell when he said that I've learned the secret to being content. He said, whether I have a lot or I have a little, I can still be content because I could do all things through Christ who gives me strength, right? Come on. And so I was thinking of different things that like could destroy people from walking in contentment. And I found 3 C's, right? And the first one that I thought of was your circumstances. So right now, obviously with these circumstances, we have to practice like, you know, spend time like with God, like find your happiness even in the midst of the coronavirus, even in the midst of staying home and being quarantined, like you can still find contentment. Because these circumstances right now we can't change, but like there are circumstances that we can change. And I know that your circumstances growing up were a lot different than what they are now. And so could you talk about like, because I do believe that we should find joy within our circumstances, but we should also have a drive to do better, right? And so how were you able to change your circumstances and get to where you are today?
That's so many years ago. Trying to dig back.
Come on, girl. Talk about work, your hard work.
Yeah. I think that deep down inside, like, so who I am, you know, not everyone's like this and not everyone thinks like this. I wanted to help my family. Like, you know, I wanted to help other people, and the people I were surrounded by, they weren't doing the right things, or they were in disparity and making bad choices, because it's like a spiral.
Yeah.
When you are in a certain circumstance, you think that you have no way out. So you just live however. You don't think about how you live. You don't think about your choices. So I always told myself that, or what I saw is that making the right choice is important.
Yeah.
Because if you always have too many choices, but make the right one. Yeah. And so the right one for me was to think about, how can I get out of my living circumstances and help my family get out of it as well? So I think with that thought and that drive, I wasn't complacent in life. I just pushed through, kept going. I took whatever jobs, you know, in the sense of, as a kid, I started working at 12 and I saved up money. I budgeted. I was like a 12-year-old budgeting and rolling up my pennies and returning plastic bottles to get the money. And when everyone had brand new sneakers, I didn't. I put tape on my sneakers.
Come on, Richard.
I said,
just kidding.
Yeah. I mean, that might be to the extreme, but you know what? Those choices led me to where I am today.
I love that.
And I'm talking about financially. You know, I budgeted, I saved, I didn't try to fit in, so I didn't buy clothes and fancy things, and I didn't worry about all that. I didn't worry that I need to be validated by someone else, or someone has to tell me I look amazing, you know.
That's so good.
Or, you know, I didn't care to fit in. But on the other side of that, I was very lonely, and I did suffer from depression as a kid. And it did have effects on me, because I see it now as an adult. But, you know, everything's going to have an effect on people in life.
Of course.
So you just choose. But in the end, when I look at, like, say, my sibling who chose the other path because she needed that validation and needed all of that and needed to fit in, her path in life took her to unfortunate circumstances where right now people will look at me and say, wow, you really made it. You're successful. And yes, I am. And that's because I started out with those choices.
Yeah. And motives matter. Like why you want to succeed, that like why you want to get to where you're going, like your motives matter and all of that. If it's just to prove to people like, see, you said I couldn't, but I can. And if it's for all the wrong reasons, then you're going to get there and you're still not going to be happy because your motives were never in the right place anyway.
Exactly. And then with the motives of needing to be validated by strangers and needing all this approval, at some point it's going to disappear.
Yeah.
And then what are you left with? Nothing but yourself.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that's so good.
if you can't please yourself and God, and if you can't please yourself and make yourself happy and, you know, validate yourself, then where are you going? What do you have? You're going to be dropping back down into a black hole.
Yeah. You're really preaching right now, girl. Good word.
I'm going to come with you. We're going on tour.
You got wisdom for days. I love it.
You know, it's really funny because I ask people, you know, all my fans are on. Hi, everybody. I'm so glad that you're on. I could see all the smiley faces and hand waves and hearts and stuff. Thank you. I really appreciate you. So I think about what I want to do in my next life. Mm-hmm. You know, not in my next life when I die, but in my next life, as in I'm growing up. I've experienced so much. There's a transition at a certain age. You want more in life, and it's not more materialistic, but you want more, what do you call it? Like, you need more depth in the things that you do, substance in the things that you do, substance in the people that you're surrounding yourself with. So I think I'm on a weird point. So many people say, hey, when are you coming back to Bollywood? When are you going to do movies? And a lot of people will have rude comments like, oh, you suck. You're a shitty actress. Like, oh, that's why you're not working. But what they don't know is that, no, not everybody wants to do certain things. You know, people have different dreams, different goals, and fans, of course, I'm so grateful for them, and the haters, I'm grateful for them too, because they still give me the attention.
Come on,
which is whatever, you know. That's your miserable.
Your haters are your biggest fans.
Yeah,
really.
And
they're just jealous because they aren't where you are.
You know, you have to learn that people who talk badly about you or say mean things or try to make you feel not good about yourself, actually, they need to look in the mirror and think about their lives. And if we saw them in person, we would see there are things that are not going good in their lives, and they're unhappy. So they're just handing their insecurities on a silver platter. Good word. But coming to not doing movies and making different choices, you know, there comes a time that you want to give back or serve in a different way. And service to God and to others is like a way that really, it makes me happy. It makes me fulfilled.
That's so
Which also gets me in a little bit of trouble, because sometimes I'm helping people and I'm helping too much, and I gotta draw the boundary.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of learning we all need to do in our lives, and hopefully our experiences teach us the lessons. Last night I was praying to God, asking a lot of questions. So I always tell people, if they don't know what to do, just pray before you sleep and sleep on it and wait for the answer. Oh, I think you're frozen.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Frozen?
Frozen.
Ah! Good.
My internet service provider, Spectrum, is a little iffy out here.
Can you guys comment? Is it just Nargis or is it me? Can you guys hear me?
Hi, everybody out there. Can you hear me? Are we both like audible? People? I don't know.
Nobody's answering.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can you hear me now? Can you see me?
I can see you now, yeah.
Okay, could you hear me?
Yeah.
Woo! We are back.
Okay.
We're back. So, do you feel like you got some answers to some of the questions that you were asking last night?
So what I realized is that when I was asking these questions or talking to God, it made me realize that I know the things I need to look at with I know what are some of the things that hold me back in life. It was more about like my childhood and stuff, and knowing trauma and pinpointing the trauma, and actually for me to say it out loud, but talking to God about it was really like, well, I don't know what when it's like cathartic. It's like words.
You had some like self-realization.
Yes.
It sounds like
self-realization, what we should be doing during coronavirus quarantine.
Yeah. That's
so it's happening,
so true.
You know? It's like a spiritual transformation amidst the chaos that's happening. But it is great. It's great. And, you know, I told you before, like I talk to God and he'll answer, you know, maybe not now, maybe not tomorrow. The other day I was praying, I lost something and I prayed for 3 days. And then it was so weird. Something led me to my bookshelf because I was like, oh, I should read these books that I bought. I haven't read in a long time, you know, because we're so busy. And I remember I used to love reading. I read all the time. Now I'm listening to podcasts.
Now you have time.
Yeah, now I have time. I like holding the book. I like turning the pages. So I pull out a book, and guess what? My credit card fell out of there.
Stop it. What was it doing in there?
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't even read anymore.
Listen, so when I say you pray to God and miracles happen, why was my credit card? And I was crying because that was an important credit card and I couldn't get another one. Like, it was a whole situation.
Yeah.
It was too difficult to get another one.
I love that.
I prayed so hard. And then I cannot believe that I pulled a book out. And why did I even go to my bookshelf? Like,
yeah,
you know, like I was doing other things, but I did. I walked over, I pulled out that book, and boop, it fell out. And I was like,
oh, how you recognize, like you recognize that it's God. There's a quote that says that when you pray, miracles happen, and when you don't pray, they don't happen. Or is it when you pray, coincidences? That's what it is. When you pray, coincidences happen, but when you don't, coincidences don't happen.
And it's funny you said that because I had posted something and it says there are no coincidences in my life.
Yeah. And it's true. There really aren't. That's why it's like when you pray, they happen, but they're not really coincidences. It's just God coming through for us. So one of the other C's that I had that will rob you from contentment is complaining. There's a scripture that I always have to go to, girl. It's Philippians 2:14. Do everything without complaining. There's a difference between like complaining and venting. I think venting is so healthy because you're getting things off your chest. You're getting some advice, you know, but when you're complaining, you just want to complain about the situation and you literally don't care if the situation changes. You don't want anybody's advice. You just want to, you just want to go off. And then like nothing changes from that whatsoever. When people do that to me, I'll be like, complaining is draining. Complaining. I don't want to hear it.
Good one. That's a good one.
Complaining is draining, you know? And complaining stops you from getting to better places in life because complaining will keep you stuck in the same season of life and until you finally break through from that. Do you think that you could have got to where you are today had you complained about your circumstances growing up?
No, I didn't really talk about my circumstances a lot. So a lot of people didn't even know my situation. I thought basically that this is just my life and this is, I mean, what am I complaining about? It's not, I don't know. I can't do it. I can only do what I can do to get out of it. So I didn't complain about it. I just kept pushing forward. There are things in life that I have complained about and I realized like, why am I complaining? And I'm so grateful for the friends that did listen to me. But now but I would always come to the conclusion and apologize to them and say, hey, I'm really sorry. I keep repeating the same issues. And I know it's my fault. I'm stuck in a rut and I just don't know what to do about it. And that's why I keep complaining. And I think acknowledging that is that's how you move forward. Yeah. But I've been around people where, yes, they start talking about the same thing all the time. And they're like negative. The sun could be shining. You're like, oh, what a great day. And they're like, oh, well, it's going to rain later today anyway. You know, so
or I'd prefer the rain. It's just way too hot.
Yeah, like there's always something. You're like, come on, can't you like not
complaining?
Yeah, or like, yeah, it's sunny outside. Oh, it's so hot out here. Oh,
yeah.
Like it's nice out, it's sunny. Like that. Those are a certain type of people, and like unfortunately, they're stuck in a loop in their head. That's what I realized in the meditation. That there is a loop, a recording that's going over and playing over and over, and we're unconsciously, we're not conscious of it.
Come on.
Yeah. And so I think sometimes if we talk about God and talking to God, I feel like we should talk so freely to God and be so open about all our stuff.
Yeah.
Because he's not judging us, you know,
Come
and he's
on.
not putting you.
He wants to help you.
And that also helps you to speak the truth from your own lips. Like last night when I spoke about what I spoke, it was so much hurt inside that came out. Yeah. And I'm like, shit, you know, I've been like hiding that or like saying, oh, that doesn't matter to me. I don't care. I don't care. Like F this, F that. I don't care. Like self. But really, there was so much hurt, and I'm not saying how old I am, but up to this age, I have never said last night. And I don't want to say it on here because I feel like it's so personal. Oh, I lost you. I lost you.
What?
It's frozen. Hello?
Oh, could you hear me now?
Oh, I lost you. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Can you hear it? Are we good?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I was saying, like, I love what you were doing because, like, I believe that prayer is the way that we talk to God, but meditation is the way that we hear from God. And so someone said they can't see me. Can you see me now?
You're a little blurry.
Blurry.
Someone said blurry.
I wonder if I take it off Wi-Fi. If that.
Yeah, you're getting. Yeah, you're getting better. You're like pixelated, so you go blurry in and out. So I'm pretty clear. Whoa, thank goodness. My internet.
What if I put like a? What if I do like a soft filter? Does it take away the pixelation?
Oh yeah, that's nice. I mean, you look good. The pixelation is like a filter.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah. So what you were doing and sitting in silence, it helps you to realize like what's really going on inside of you. Like oftentimes when we say like, I don't care, like it's a pride thing because we think that pride is protecting us, but it's not really protecting us. It's just pushing people out of our lives. And so to get deep in and go like, okay, that is like an area of pride that it's like, I actually do care, but I just need to be healed from this or that, you know? Yeah.
Yes.
So
it sucks because like, I mean, it doesn't suck. It only sucks if you never get to the point of admitting certain things, you know, and digging deep and finding those wounds and trying to, you know, heal them. But, you know, yeah, it's tough. It's hard. It's ego, it's pride that gets in the way of your healing. And that sucks.
Yeah, but meditation helps with that because that's where you're just sitting in silence and allowing God to reveal to you those places of pain because he wants to heal us of those places. So I love that you got to go and do that meditation retreat. When I'm done nursing, I would love to join you on one of those.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
That would be so awesome.
Let's see. That would be great. Yeah, it was definitely it was wonderful. It was a wonderful experience. I'm so thankful. A friend of mine told me about it. And so I told myself, I said, there's so many things in life I need to do. I just jumped on it. I booked it way in advance. Mm-hmm. And
Dude, it was perfect timing too, because it was before all the stay-home orders.
It was before the stay-home orders, but people were like worried about the virus. So I didn't worry. I was like, no, I got to go to this thing. This is what I need to do. Nothing's stopping me. No virus is stopping me. I'm going.
Did you guys have to practice social distancing? While you were there?
No, we weren't so close anyway because you're silent, so you don't really interact. But when we're sitting next to each other, we weren't 6 feet apart. No. Yeah. And the people who put the thing together, they made sure they had all the medicines, vitamin C's, cleaning supplies, so everything, and everybody chipped in on being aware of taking care of themselves, and if anything was wrong they would tell somebody. But thank goodness everybody was fine. It went well and I'm fine.
Good. Yeah, you look good. No corona over there.
Only Corona Queens.
You need to put a filter on with the crown.
I know.
My third C is comparing. The first two we had circumstances, complaining. These things rob you of contentment. The third one, comparing. I love a scripture that says that when we refresh others, that we too will be refreshed. But oftentimes, come on, when you're busy complaining or comparing yourselves to others, there's like a root, an insecurity, a jealousy in you. And so it's very hard to rejoice with other people. It's very hard to encourage somebody. It's very hard to speak life into somebody when you're secretly jealous of them.
Yes, so, girl.
Come on.
I know those people.
Yes, I know. They're everywhere. It's so sad because I believe that each and every one of us in life, we have our own lane. And when you just run in your own lane, like you're going to be blessed in life. But when your eyes are on somebody else's race, you're always going to be behind because you're not even running your own race. You're trying to run somebody else's. else's race. And so like we need to take our eyes off other people. We need to keep our eyes on God. We need to run in our own lane, stay in our own lane. Like Theodore Roosevelt says, comparison is the thief of joy. And it truly does. It robs you of joy, because how could you be happy when you're secretly hating on the person to your left, the person to your right? You're stalking their Instagram, looking on their Facebook. Like, you know, it's not a fun life to live. How have you?
You're wasting your time. You're wasting precious energy on negativity.
Yes. Thank you. You could be getting ahead in life, but you're too focused on other people that you can't run your own race. So you end up staying behind. How do you deal with just not comparing your life to others? And how do you deal with people that, you know, that are like that with you, like envious? Like, how do you deal with your haters? How do you not compare your life to others?
Well, first I'd like to say it's like the people, it's like the jealousy is just such a low vibration.
Come on.
And I feel like if you can't, like, it's great when you said focus on your own lane, focus on you, doing you, go ahead. But you, at the same time as focusing on you, you have to celebrate other people's achievements and successes. And you have to be pure of the heart that you're actually really happy.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, I could be wrong, but I've experienced this and know people, and when I hear their stories, I see the differences. Like the people who celebrate other people truly, genuinely, and help support them are people who get ahead themselves. Like they are also successful. They also become successful because they're bringing such positive energy, you know, like their vibration, their heart is big. And so that is allowing God to bless them even more. And then you see the people with the small shrunken hearts of jealousy and envy and negative and anger, where it's like, oh, I could do that better. Or, oh, you know, like you tell them something nice or something you did, and then like, oh, well, it's not that good anyway. Or, oh, I got, you know, like they'll say something to smash your happiness down, which then their negative energy is going to be, they're going to be attracting more negative stuff.
Yeah.
You're never going to get the blessings.
Yeah.
You're not going to get the blessings.
Yeah.
They're going to be in their own little black hole, taking more dark things into them. And for me, there was a time in my life that when I worked in India, in Bollywood, because you have a lot of people talking to you that you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do. So you can't really be yourself. You're like, okay, what do I got to do? Did I do this right? Did I do that right? And there were jobs and stuff that I wanted to take, but they said, no, you can't take it. It's not this level. It's not that, or these people are not, you don't want to work with them. So I basically didn't have any choice or couldn't be my authentic self, which was really hard. And then that was so negative for me because I couldn't live my heart. I couldn't live through my heart.
Yeah.
People were closing me in a box, you know, like I couldn't trust myself or my heart, or even if God was giving me messages, because I was listening to them.
Yeah.
So that put me in a low vibration, and I started getting upset. Like, oh, this person got that job. I should have got that. Like I started feeling those feelings. It was a short amount of time. I had to snap myself out of that.
Of course.
Girl, that thought process and thinking like that can take you so down, so dark and deep into a hole.
Yeah.
And then more negative things just come at you.
Yes,
when you get
exactly.
there.
Yeah.
And so I've always been a person who appreciates other people's success just because I'm happy for you. Like I was talking to a friend the other day. I grew up with him. We were in kindergarten together, and I know how traumatic his life was because we come from the same neighborhood. And he was telling me about all these amazing things that are happening to him. And I had tears of joy because I was like, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Like you can't imagine how proud of you I am. And you know, like just giving him words of encouragement. Even now I get teary-eyed thinking about it because I'm like, I'm so happy that you became the beautiful human that you are today, despite your circumstance.
That's so
despite
good.
the trauma. Like, and he's such a lovely person, and he tries to stay positive, and you know, that's why he probably has his blessings, because he's always been a sweet, lovely human that is positive and is a supportive person. So, you know, you got a choice. Do you want to be, you know, that person, or you want to be the person that gets the blessings and, you know, have the good light energy?
People are afraid.
Ooh.
Like my husband and I, we always say that we should be lid lifters, but too many people want to close the lid on you. Like they're afraid, like when you open doors for others, God will open doors for you. But so many people think like, oh, if I open this door for this person, they're going to get further ahead than me. And then I'm going to be stuck back here. But that's not the way it works. It's like some people say the law of attraction, or you reap what you sow. If you sow into other people, you're going to reap exactly what you're sowing. So if you're sowing hatred, guess what? You're going to reap hatred. If you're sowing open doors for people, if you're helping people get ahead, you're sowing encouragement in life. That's exactly what you're going to reap. And so it's like we get to choose, like, what do we want to bring back to us? Do we want to bring back the haters, the envy, the jealousy? Do we want people to not open doors for us? Then guess what? Be jealous of people. Don't open doors for people. Be envious of people, because that's exactly what we'll get back.
Yes.
Yep.
And it's not, and like, it's like the thought, even people's just their thoughts. They don't even, some people are nice in front of your face, but their thoughts and intentions are dark. So it's like,
we call that
that's
lip
a whole
service.
Other thing too.
We call nice that lip service, because they are praising you with their lips, but they're cursing you in their heart. Like those are dangerous people to be around. Those conniving people. I don't trust people like that. And they think that they're getting ahead with their manipulation, but you could read it on their face. You could see it all in their soul, you know?
And they always want to be like, they're looking like they're helping you and stuff.
I know. But they're waiting for your downfall. Like those are the type of people that if you fall, they're going to laugh. You know, they're not going to be the type that are going to extend their hand and be like, let me help you, you know, come on, like, let me help you. And like, let me help you get back up. Like and they're not going to be the ones that remember who you are. Don't forget what you're called to do. They're the types that are like, yes, I've been waiting for this person to fall because they were my biggest competitor. When all along you weren't even competing with them. They were competing with you because they were stuck in comparison trying to run your race when they should have been running their own race.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And then they get more miserable when they're failing, not realizing that they're causing their own failures and in their own way. Oh, you got frozen. Oh, you're frozen. You got frozen. I hear you now. You're still, now you're coming in. There you are. You're there.
Can you let it go because you said I got frozen?
I didn't get it. I was like,
No, you're like, why is she singing? She's not a singer.
I was like, no. I'm just a little slow on that. Oh man. Okay, you're pixelated and slow motion.
Ay. Is this better?
No. Sorta. You're blurry, but your voice is good.
Okay, is this better? Now I just put Wi-Fi back on.
Yeah, but you're still blurry, but we can hear you.
Okay. I
wonder if it's me, but do I look clear?
Yeah, you look fine. There's no pixelation or anything. Is this better now?
Or no, you're still blurry.
Okay. I mean, meh. I know they're giving me the thumbs down. It's not working. Okay. Well,
yes, that is a Gohunzun. Someone asked me if I have a Gohunzun. That is a Gohunzun.
What is a Gohunzun? What's a Gohunzun?
Well, I just got into learning about Buddhism.
Okay, so where is the Gohunzun?
I'm still learning. Oh, it's in that little wooden thing. So I'm a beginner in Buddhism. So the Gohunzun you get once you start learning about Buddhism and you take a test, and it's it's sort of like what we pray to. I mean, I could be saying it wrong because I'm not well versed, so I need to get versed on that. But you know, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
No.
Oh, okay.
You're speaking a language I don't.
Yeah. That's a whole nother thing. I won't get into that. But like the meditation that I went to was like a form of the Zen Buddhism. And this is sort of like a prayer meditation thing, but you actually say words.
Okay.
And you hold your intention in your mind as you repeat these words. Mm-hmm. So it's sort of like a meditation, but in a different way.
Okay. Got it.
Just like praying to God is a meditation in a way as well. When you pray, you pray all day. You pray all day to God while you're
all
cleaning,
day, every day. I I try my best to.
Yeah, it's good. It's good stuff.
So how do you deal with your haters? Do you have people that are near you, like around you? Like, what have you done with those people?
So unfortunately, it hurts really bad when you know someone that you love or that was a friend or someone close to you, that their real intention was never that they loved you or cared, but actually that they just were either using you or jealous or just using you. Is really heartbreaking. And I think I've been heartbroken so many times, and I'm quite silly because I don't see the red flags. So those are things I have to work on. And I give too much. So I have to work on my boundaries with not giving too much. Mm-hmm. But when
No, I said boundaries. Yeah. Boundaries.
Yeah, those are really important.
Mm-hmm. Can you hear me?
So like a few friends I had to stop being friends. Yeah. A few friends I had to stop being friends with because there's nothing else you can do. You just have to distance yourself or separate yourself because, you know, you don't want those people in your life. Even if it's like, it's heartbreaking. It's really sad when you know people around you are just jealous and want what you have, and they're not really cheering you on. They're not there to support you. They're there to take and to envy. So I think we're having some internet difficulties.
Could you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, now I can hear you.
We're good? We're good? All right, we're good. I was saying, you know, and don't fight for people that don't want to be in your life. Like if somebody doesn't want to...
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. If someone doesn't want to be in your life, there are people that would love to be in your life, people that would love to be a blessing to your life, that would love to have a solid friendship with you. But too many times we fight for people who don't even really want to be in our lives anyways. And we just need to give those people the gift of goodbye, send them on their way. It was nice to know you. You know, some people are called to your life for a reason. Some are for a season, some are for a lifetime. And so really being able to acknowledge, like, is this friendship meant to be forever? Because if people are starting to, you know, as you start to elevate and they're just staying stuck where they are and now they're hating on you because you're bettering yourself in life, then just let them go. It's okay.
Right.
It's okay.
And it's like you have friends that you're constantly helping all the time. And like you have to think about what are they giving to you? Like a lot of people say, oh, you should give and don't expect. But that's not true. Because if you're constantly giving to a black hole and they're not giving anything back and they're not uplifting you in your life with at least words of encouragement or support or emotional support, then you really have to reevaluate that friendship.
Yeah, I totally agree. Because I believe that friendships, relationships are a two-way street. And there might be times where there's a season where you're giving to somebody and maybe they're just in a rough patch and they can't really give much to you, but their gratitude towards what you're doing for them is more than enough, right? Because
that
is
gratitude. The biggest thing. Appreciate the support you're getting, the gratitude. Yeah, be thankful. Yeah. And like, you know, validate your friend or say once in a while, hey, you know what? I really appreciate all that you do for me. Yeah. Like really help me in my life. Even the little things, even your words of encouragement or even just sitting with me, watching a movie, spending some time with me. Yeah. Those things too. Because time, once you've spent your time, it's the only thing you could never get back.
Exactly. That's so convicting to me, is like, dang, like, how am I using my time? Am I using my time wisely? Because that is the one thing that you'll never get back. And having just an attitude of gratitude in every season is what's really, like, I've been trying to be more intentional lately, even more so about really being grateful for even the smallest of the smallest things, you know, because when you do that, all of a sudden, life doesn't ever seem so bad because you're grateful for things. You know, I remember there was a time I was driving and this was like back in the day, I had this old like green Mercedes and my husband he was just my boyfriend at the time. He'd be like, that car is from the devil, you know, because I feel like it was always breaking down, like not breaking down, but something would happen to it, like the window wouldn't work or whatever. And I remember it was like 100 degrees and I'm like, oh, this sucks. I can't believe my AC isn't working. What on earth? And then I'm at a stoplight and I look to my right and I feel like God was telling me, do you see that bus stop right there? And I'm like, yeah. It's like, that could be you. Like, be grateful for the fact that you have a car, you know? And it's like, just being grateful. And guess what ended up happening? I was like, you're right, God. I am so grateful that at least I have a car. Okay, about like a few weeks later, I ended up getting in a really bad car accident in that car. It was a car from the devil, but I was totally fine. I got hit by a semi. The car flipped 3 times. I didn't have a bruise, didn't have a scratch, nothing. The car was totaled. Glory to God, I got a brand new car after that. So it's like, you know, it's like, and I believe it was because I just learned to just be grateful that God just took care of the rest, you know?
Girl, do you know that I mean, besides, like, I don't like to talk about myself or say I do this and I do that. But if I'm saying it, it's because I don't want to I don't like to say you should do this, because I've been told when I do that to my family and the closest people who are close to me, you should be like this, you should do this. They don't like the way that feels.
Okay.
So when I talk about me, like, I want to talk about me because then I can share my experience with you. That's what.
Yeah, and then people can pick up what they want from that.
Yes. So as a child, I used to be so grateful for like the littlest things because we were so poor. Like if I got socks for Christmas, I was so, you know, like, yay, socks. Or even like being outside, I started realizing like how beautiful nature is later on. And I'm like, wow, look at this gorgeous bird here. And I used to get so emotional at beauty, like nature's beauty and like God's beauty, like God, the animals, God's creatures. I can't tell you the swelling of my heart, how it would feel like it's like it would increase with like so much emotion, but the emotion was such joy that I could like tear up.
Yeah,
It was
I
crazy.
love it.
And
It's so beautiful.
Yeah. So I'm like, you know, I'm so blessed because if people knew where I came from and all the things that was happening around me, I was always kept safe. And why was I safe? Why? When all the other people around me, like, had to deal with a lot of things, whether it's abuse or predators, or some people got killed, people were in an accident, they died, like so many friends I've lost. Like, why am I still here? Why? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Could have been your heart. I feel like when you have that heart of gratitude, that you just naturally attract the presence of God. You know, it's like, it's, you never want to give to. Years ago, I gave my nephew something one time, and he was like, "This is all I'm gonna get." And it's like, when you give to somebody and they're not grateful, it makes it hard to want to give more to them, right? I mean, granted, I love my little buddy. I'll give to him the world. He's the sweetest thing ever. I just thought it was funny, maybe a poor example. But when somebody is ungrateful when you give to them, it's like you don't want to keep on giving to them, you know? But when somebody expresses gratitude, it's like you want to keep giving to them. So here you are, like, just grateful for the birds, just grateful for a pair of socks, that I believe that because you put that gratitude out there, that God just continued to bless you with more. And so it's like, it's when you have an attitude of gratitude, it opens up the door for more. That's really what it is. And I think we miss that principle in life.
Totally.
We think that we have to chase everything, when oftentimes it's just a state of being.
Girl, like, I don't know. You know, there's so many things out there. There's that doctor, I don't know if people on here know Joe Dispenza or something.
I follow
I don't know if you ever
him.
watched his stuff. He talked about the mind.
Yeah.
It's all connected in a way, you know, like law of attraction, your thoughts, how you physically feel. That's why when people are like, oh, well, I pray and I ask for this and I do this and this, but nothing's happening. Well, that's because in your mind, you're just doing what you think you need to do. But in your heart, you're holding such not good energy. So your mind and your heart, like, things are all out of alignment. And when you're not aligned, nothing can happen. Because you're all like this, all crazy. So that's why the prayers are not getting answered. And that's why things are not happening for you. And I have stories of miracles. When you talk about the like when you talk about good luck, coincidences, or miracles happening, I can tell you so many stories. And my friends who know me, they always laugh because I come back with a crazy story, and it's a good story. It's like a blessing. It's like an abundance came to me, or these opportunities that people have been striving and struggling for. But God gave it to me. It fell in my lap. And my friend, I remember actually my friend's ex-boyfriend, he had laughed. She told me, she's like, oh, I told blah, blah, blah that this happened to you. And he just laughed. And he's like, that's Nargis. She has some kind of crazy luck. So I don't know. Is it good luck? Is it God? Is it what? I think it's God. That's how I feel about it. Like, it is. Things,
yeah. You know? It is. Yeah, it's God because you are. A lot of people,
you know, I was just going to say, a lot of people ask me, how did I get into Bollywood? You know, I got into Bollywood because I cried to God one day. And not one day, it was like weeks. I was crying and praying and talking to him because I was having this crisis of wanting to know who I am, my heritage, I want to know my dad. My dad passed away. I never got to know him. I wanted to know my mom more, but she was very close and tight and wouldn't talk about stuff. So I want to know my roots. I want to know, who am I? Who is Nargis Fakhri? Like, I grew up in the projects in Queens with African Americans and Hispanic people. And I learned to be, you know, I was raised a certain way by my community. So I don't really know my blood and, you know, my culture or my mom and dad's culture.
Yeah.
So these are the prayers I was praying to God for. And God gave me the film Rockstar, which was shot in Prague, which is Czech Republic, my mom's country and her city. And then Kashmir and North India we shot in, which is as close as I'll get to Pakistan. Or, you know, maybe one day I'll get to see Pakistan. But and culturally, that's very close to, you know, what my dad was. So
that
tell
is amazing.
Me, I didn't know anything about anybody. I don't know who people were. How did I get that job? How? Someone wrote me an email. Someone wrote me an email. Why the fuck wrote me an email? And how in God's name did they decide to shoot in my mom's country and another place so close to my dad's country? How?
Gosh, that's so good. That is so awesome. Yeah.
There's so many stories for you.
I love that. I love that. When we pray, like, God does answer. I love that. That's so awesome, Nargis. That's so awesome. What word of encouragement would you have for people that have just been, you know, lacking that contentment in life? They don't have peace. They don't have joy. Like, let's give them a word of encouragement.
I think definitely the first step is to find gratitude in anything.
Yep.
Anything you can. Mm-hmm. Like, if you woke up in the morning and you got to eat your favorite breakfast, like, just start being more present. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I realized in that Zen meditation that I did for the 7 days, it allowed me to be more present.
Yeah.
I was able to taste my food better by being quiet.
Yeah.
And having no distractions and focusing on my food. And as I ate silently, I could taste the flavors and the vitamins and the nourishment going into my body. And in my mind, because I couldn't speak, I was thankful to the food. I was like, thank you, broccoli. You know, thank you, God, for all this beautiful food and healthy food. Mm-hmm. So I really think the gratitude is the first step to really uplifting your energy levels and, you know, how you feel.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. All right, guys. Well, be gracious. Do you want to take any? Can you hear me? Did we cut out again?
I mean, it's hard to see. I had done a makeup video with my friend and my friend and makeup artist.
Oh, wait.
And we couldn't see any of the questions. Do you guys have any questions?
What did it do? Wait.
Yeah. Thank you. Besides the.
Hold on. Let me see. I'm looking on there. There's a little question box. Oh, okay. Hold on.
Can they send you a question?
Yeah. Let's see. So. Oh, Nargis, you are so beautiful as 10 years ago. What's your secret?
Well, I gotta say it. So listen, I'm gonna save that for my beauty thing because I'm gonna do another beauty thing.
Okay,
so all the beauty questions I'm gonna answer in another thing.
Perfect. I'm gonna be watching on that because I can attest Nargis has incredible skin and she looks years younger than it's amazing. Like You wouldn't even, I was shocked when you told
I'm
me your
not gonna
age.
lie though, I'm quarantine time has really put a number on me because I've been eating badly, so I got a lot of pimples, and I haven't been drinking enough water. At
Well,
least
get
2
to it.
liters a day.
There's a
Yeah.
limit on water. I went to the store yesterday with face mask and gloves, and I could only buy 2 gallons of water. It's like, boo. Someone
Girl.
says this. This is really good. Can you ask Nargis when she will write a book, because she is so positive and such a pure soul?
That is so sweet. And like, I I thought about it, but I'm not very good at writing. But I would love to write a book. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just like, who's gonna read it? But maybe here I have one reader, so I'll start working on it now. Oh,
By you, because like I was thinking about you the other day. I was like, Nargis is like, you're like one of those people that you'd see like in the Star magazine, like celebrities. They're just like us, because like you're so real, you're so humble, you're so down to earth, and like people want to know more about you because you take away that stigma of like that, you know, just because you are famous that you're better than people. Like you take away that stigma because you're so real and you're so authentic, and so people want to hear from you. And so you need to write that book, girl. I bet you there's
okay,
publishers
let me
already
see.
out there waiting.
Oh, that's so nice. Oh, thanks, guys. I see people saying they'll read my book.
Yeah, see, you got
That's so
people.
sweet. Thank
You
you.
got
Thank you
people.
for the thank you everyone out there for the support and the love and the encouragement, because that's really important. Thank you so much. Let's see.
2021. Come on.
Any other
2021.
questions?
Let me see. Someone says, where are you now?
I'm in Los Angeles. You got you're not working. You can't hear you. You're all blurry and you're gone.
Am I
Say
back?
something. Yeah, you're back.
Okay,
Frozen.
perfect.
No, you're frozen.
No.
Okay, there you are.
Okay.
Something's happening.
All right. So, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Somebody wants to know. Here. Could you hear me?
So I'm actually waiting for a movie to. Yeah, I'm actually waiting for a movie to release. It's called Tarbaz with Sanjay Dutt. They say it'll release in October, but who knows? So that's all. That's what I got for you right now.
Okay. Let's see. I'm looking through. Some of these aren't really questions, but it says, "What's your favorite quarantine pastime?"
Guys, my favorite quarantine pastime has to be cooking and eating.
I love it.
I think it's everybody's right now, right?
Send some food my way. Somebody else says
Yeah.
this. I have no idea what this means, but it sounds cool, so I'm gonna read it to you. Ma'am, please sing your movie song, which is Dakadan from Amavas. Please, please, please.
No, I'm not gonna sing. I don't know the words.
Did you sing in that movie?
No, we don't sing. We lip sing, but because we are the face of it, everyone says it's.
They think that it's you actually singing.
I don't think so, but it's just the association with a video or the thing in the movie. Like many people call me Here, which is my first character's name.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
that's so funny.
It's like when you watch a movie and you watch someone and like you're impacted so deeply by a role or a song that you associate all of that with that person.
Yeah, I can relate because my days in acting.
Yeah. Oh yes.
I have a lot of people that
Exactly.
feel like,
And everyone,
they know me
yeah,
well.
people know you in that like that. Yeah. Hilarious. Peshawar.
Peshawar.
Yeah, Peshawar.
Peshawar. It sounds
That's
like
the name of the
fish
city.
hour, like the
Yeah,
hour of the fish.
Peshawar. With a P,
Oh, okay, with a
Peshawar.
P. All right. All right. Well, that's all I got for you.
That's good.
It's been so awesome
So that was
chatting with
fun.
you. I know. I had fun with you.
Yes, I really love having conversation with you. I feel like I don't feel as comfortable with everybody, but with you I feel really comfortable. So just to let you know, that's like such a great quality when you want to interview people, or when you're dealing with people, to make them feel comfortable.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'm always
Yeah.
looking forward to interviewing you or just hanging out and talking to you. It's always a good time.
Yeah.
Seriously, you just bring extra light into this world. I just absolutely love you and I adore
Aw,
you. And I'm just so
thank
grateful to
you.
be able to call you a friend.
That's so well. Oh, thank you so much, and I feel the same about you.
Thank
Oh, we
you.
get like a virtual
I
hug, and we'll hug all the fans
know, virtual.
too.
So physical distancing, but let's give each
I
other a
know.
hug. I love
Oh
you.
man.
You want
Okay,
to
I'll
say
speak
bye to
to you soon.
everybody
Bye.
before I
Bye,
kick them off?
everybody.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone. Thanks for watching.
How do we close this?